The time has come for the 2021 ACAA CFA State Championship as the Russell Christian Academy Warriors look to defend their title for several years as they collide with the Evangel Christian Academy Lions in the 2021 championship game presented by Kingdom.com. Welcome to everyone watching around the world. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside James Shannon on the other side of the camera, but alongside Brendan Daniel. Proud to be with you in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Well, state championship for the first time we're covering a team in the CFA, and first time we're covering these two teams, but for Russell Christian, there's a reason why they've had the state championship for several years in a row and nobody else has ousted them, and it's because of the winning culture and the fact that Coach Braddock has only taken one loss against the team in the CFA in the last 5 seasons.
Absolutely, and like he said earlier, his team has bought in and pretty well, as I could tell, and I'll be interested to see what's happening in this game.
And I'll tell you what, at least with this matchup, the one team that is being counted out by a lot of people on paper, that's the Evangel Christian Lions out of Montgomery, or at least around the Alabama area. Tough matchup they have ahead. They lost earlier by about 20 points or less to Russell Christian. In this rematch, what do they have to do to stop the Warriors?
They're just going to play whatever happened last game, forget about it. Today is a new day, and it's time to start it up nicely and get the ball rolling and do whatever you can.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this matchup plays out for a state championship. We're at Tuscaloosa Christian, the site of the 2021 state championship. The Warriors of Russell Christian collide next with the Lions of Evangel Christian. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2021 Alabama Christian Athletic Association Varsity 8-Man Football Championship. On behalf of the CFA and 8-Man Extreme, we thank you for attending at Tuscaloosa Christian School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and tuning in on YouTube to join us in celebrating a great season of athletic excellence. Heading to the center of the field now are the captains for tonight's contest. Representing the Lions of Evangel Christian Academy, number 4, the senior Kennedy Holland, number 8, the junior Nye Addy, number 11, the senior Jeremiah Williams, and number 32, the senior A.J. McNeil. Representing the Warriors of Russell Christian Academy, number 10, Micah Taylor, number 42, Duke Moore, number 66, Barrett Harwell. Honorary captains number 77, Carter Phillips, number 23, Josh Hughes, and number 20, Jonathan Townsend. The Evangel Lions have won the toss and elected to receive for the first half. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for a word of prayer from our public address announcer, Rich Harris.
Heavenly Father, we're so thankful that you brought us together here tonight. We just ask you to be with these players tonight as they compete. Keep them safe, Lord. Be with the coaches and the referees. Be with the fans, Lord. Help us all to remember that we're playing in a Christian league. And, Lord, it's our ultimate honor to play for you and serve you, Lord, with our actions. Be with everyone on their way home tonight. And we won't forget to give you the praise, honor, and glory for all things. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Let's meet the two teams participating in tonight's final contest of 2021. They finished the regular season as the number 2 seed in the CFA with a 7-2 overall record. All the way from Montgomery, Alabama, give it up for the Evangel Christian Academy Lions. They finished the regular season as the #1 seed in the CFA with an undefeated 10-0 overall record. All the way from Meridian, Mississippi, give it up for the defending conference champions, the Russell Christian Academy Warriors. And after all the hype and everything involved, we see the banner running in just a few moments. The 2021 CFA defending conference champions escape from the banner at Tuscaloosa Christian School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. First time that 8-Man Extreme has covered any CFA teams in any capacity, and first time for us covering the CFA Championship. Spencer Thompson and Brendan Daniel, glad you're with us on 8-Man Extreme. The Lions of Evangel Christian Academy, they won the toss and elected to receive, so barring any mishaps on the kickoff, we will see the Lions try to strike first as the away team, even though Russell Christian is more away from Tuscaloosa Christian than Evangel is. Spencer Thompson and Brendan Daniel bringing you the action here alongside our producer Audrey Green and James Shannon running field cam today. Got a state championship tonight, at least from the updates we've seen. We'll have a extreme cast tomorrow of the TSIAA championship, and then next week it's on to Panama City Beach for the national championship.
Can't wait. That's the most excited I've been this year. Been waiting to go to Florida and see all great teams play against each other.
But at least for now, we've got chance for a state champion to be crowned. The #8 seed versus the #4 seed in the national rankings. As you see the split screen there, all of our angles that we'll be using for tonight. And away we go from Tuscaloosa. And we will have a return. This one, Caleb Peters, the sophomore, is going to take the return. He's going to get through some space. Avoiding tackles, Caleb Peters is going to be forced down by Markavian Johnson, the freshman. But a big statement to start out for the Evangel Lions as they get the return.
And what great field percentage to start at. And a great little special teams play by the Lions.
I'll correct myself on that. That is Jeremiah Williams, who's number 11 for the opposite team. And we do have a flag down, a referee for tonight. Didn't catch his name, but he did refuse to wear a microphone in tonight's contest. There was a false start ruled on the offense, and it's moving back 5 yards.
And this is the last thing you want, but hey, you got to come together as a unit from offense if you want to beat this team. They've already beat you once. No mistakes this time if you want this win.
Yeah, Russell Christian got the victory earlier on in the season, 31-12, a pretty convincing victory for the Warriors. As a toss to the left side, the catch by Williams, the one who had the kickoff return. It's going to get up maybe not back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call him for forward progress. Make that now a 2nd and 16.
Great read by the defense. Get out to that screen instantly. But for the offense, you got to catch that ball and get moving.
And this offense has been moving in the last several weeks. They took a tough loss, 28-22 against Tuscaloosa Christian, and then 32-26 to get here. The catch is made by Joshua Love. He's going to get back some yardage, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6, gain of about 10 yards.
Great catch and great little juke just to get a couple yards in. He would have been tackled right at the scrimmage.
Brings up now a 3rd down and 6 for Evangel Christian. Again, started out this season at 7-2, trying to close it with a 8-2 victory. I believe no plans for them to go to Florida Toss left side to Williams. Williams, a flea flicker, overthrew his target intended of Ashton Woodard. You got some trickery already happening in the state championship, but they couldn't capitalize it with the overthrown pass.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't think it's overthrown. I think maybe the guy slowed down. Oh, no, never mind. It was overthrown. I thought maybe he slowed down just a little bit, got a little excited, but yeah, just a tad bit overthrown.
I think you might be getting a little too excited for your first state championship there, too, as we have a timeout called by Coach Braddock. Having to burn out a timeout very early on here with 10:43 left to go in the first quarter. Perfect time to run you the 2021 CFA Championship game. Is presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. And by Fairlife Core Power Protein. Work hard, recover harder. Russell Christian having a burn at a timeout early. Could come back to bite him. There's down to 2 timeouts left in the first half. Here's a 4th down and 6. As the Lions will go for it to pass the 40-yard line. This one, a fake handoff. Right side, here goes Holland. Holland trying to weave through for the first down, trying to push through. He's not going to get it. We'll go down to the 34-yard line, and Coach Braddock's defense gets a stop early.
And now we see why this offense had trouble maybe scoring in the last game they played against each other. Defense is well read and ready to stand against this offense.
Russell Christian on the season, led by Coach Andy Braddock, 51-4 overall. His only losses, 2017 when they lost to Christian Community in the national tournament, 2 losses to Ezekiel Academy, and then CFA team loss in 5 seasons. Here's a scramble and a big sack early. Micah Taylor could not get anywhere, and the defensive line with Tyler James and company steps up.
That was just great defensive play all around. The secondary had everybody covered, and the defensive line was able to put enough pressure to get the quarterback issue.
Big loss there for now, a 2nd down and 20. Again, you keep in mind the first contest between these two teams in the regular season, 31-12. Have to look at the box score again just to get the reference on it. What a big statement with that sack. 2nd and 20. And a lob in the backfield. This one to Johnny Wilson, the sophomore, weaving through tackles as he jukes another one from Darryl Mack and finally forced out of bounds. And brings up now a 3rd down and 9.
And again, just a great run by him. He's just able to get out, juke a couple guys. A little arm tackling there, I see. They're going to have to wrap up just like that, but maybe bring them down.
Fans may be wanting a penalty on that, as you could hear with the wrap-up and maybe the little shove towards the end, but looked like it was just the player's momentum.
Yeah, it's just football fans. Come on, guys.
Football fans as usual. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. And Meridian, Mississippi is where Russell traveled from, as Micah Taylor to the left side is brought down for a loss. Talk about a big play from Jamari Giles, the senior.
And this is going to be a very defensive game. I can tell already. Both defenses are putting up a hard fight for this offense to get across the field.
Now brings up a 4th down and 11 as Russell will settle for punting it away, as trusted to Ashton Woodard. Excuse me, Jonathan Townsend will punt it away. Has punted deep and picked up. This will be an attempted return and managed to get back his footing. Jeremiah Williams finally forced for a stop, and they'll call us forward progress, as you see potentially a late call there, but no penalties there, just some regular football as usual, and 8:07 left to go in the first.
Well, it's the championship. You're going to see a couple of rough ends because everybody's going to play hard and play rough.
The Lions knew they had to make a statement early, forcing a 4th and out on this Coach Braddock offense. Or actually, this offense coordinated by Coach Braddock's offense. He's the offensive coordinator and head coach. 1st and 10, left side, and Williams is going to be brought down, a gain of maybe a yard or 2 for a 2nd down.
Screen's obviously not going to work against this defense. You're going to have to think of something else for this offense to work.
Only a yard gain on that screen. 2nd and 9. And ball loose in the backfield, and Russell Christian capitalizes on that mistake. Gabriel Brinson, the junior, gets the recovery.
Worst mistake a quarterback could do when a fumble's good, he's looking up. You got to look for that ball and don't worry about the hits. You're going to take hits. It's going to happen. Just worry about that ball and keep it secure.
What turned out to be a statement on the defensive stop is now Russell Christian capitalizing on the ball being loose. Kennedy Holland had no clue where the snapped ball had gone, and now Russell Christian's offense, amazing field position on the 30-yard line. Looking for the pass, is going to air it out up the middle and overthrew the intended target of Gabriel Brinson.
Gabriel was wide open, but just not enough to get it to him.
Now a 2nd and 10. Coach Dixon, the defensive coordinator for Evangel. So you've got a little mixture there of the head coach on one side coordinating the defense, head coach coordinating the offense on the other side. As this ball is carried by Johnny Wilson, who's avoiding tackles again, slips, as James would say, the turf monster got to him, and a gain of 2 yards for a 3rd down.
And I don't know why he cut out to the side. He had a big hole gap that he could just run into. But I guess he had a better idea, but the idea didn't work.
Actually give it a gain of 2 yards there for a 3rd down and 8. Again, this Russell offense being forced into tough situations. As through their first 2 drives, a pitch to Wilson. Wilson in the backfield trying to find the gap, and he's going to be stopped short. Brings up a 4th down and 5, and obviously you will see them go for it here, as it looks like we do have an injured player. Looks like Barrett Harwell is injured for Russell Christian down on the field, and we will step aside for an injury timeout. Good sign is that Barrett Harwell, carried by 2 coaches, will be looked at by the medical staff as they wind the clock here. A 4th down and 5. Big stop needed for this Evangel defense. Ball handed off, pitched in the backfield, and a cut by Wilson. Did he get to the 1st down? He did, but the ball is loose, and the Evangel defense has recovered it. What was a 1st down? Waiting on the signal, I believe it is a recovery for Evangel, at least from our vantage point. Waiting on the officials to give the ruling. It's pointed the other way. Finally got a signal.
That's just the defense. Even one guy missed, he was able to tackle and force that fumble, honestly.
A defensive turnover apiece already. This time an unfortunate mistake made by Wilson.
Like I said, it's going to be a very defensive game, looks like. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
No score yet with about 5:54 remaining in the 1st quarter of the CFA Championship game. And a 1st and 10 as this handoff to the right side. Good carry by Daryl Mack, who gets all the way to the chains. Maybe a 1st down there. And you can tell the Evangel bench is fired up at that one.
Maybe a little short, maybe a little 1st down, but we'll see by the refs. I think he's a little short one.
They rule it for a 1st down. He may have been short there, but official points forward. New set of downs and a great effort by Daryl Mack, the sophomore, for getting that rush. First and 10. Scramble here. Keep by Holland, as Holland again weaving through this defense. It's going to move the chains again. Another set of downs as the Evangel Lions keep marching it down the field.
And great movement, too, as you can watch in this replay. He's just able to scramble by just enough from the defense. The defense at first had him good and packed, but he was able to escape. Perfect time.
We can see from our vantage point as well, Barrett Harwell is trying to walk on his own feet. Hopefully everything's okay with him as they – that's a big loss on the defensive – the offensive and defensive line there for the Warriors. Now, it didn't move the chains. It's a 2nd and 1, but this time it won't move it as Wilson is brought down. There is a flag down in the backfield.
Call it a face mask.
And it will be a personal foul, face mask, so move it 15 yards. With it moving forward, a new set of downs as the Evangel Lions push it again. It's a 1st and 10. Wilson again putting his team in so many great situations, but this time finally brought down for a sack. That one credited to Gabriel Brinson.
He's done a lot, but sometimes you just got to rely on your teammates if you're able to get out and pass the ball away.
May just need to throw it out of bounds in that situation.
Absolutely.
It brings out a 2nd and 18. Second and long. Wilson looking, finds the reception, and the tackle could not be broken by Jeremiah Williams. Potentially a touchdown saving tackle there by Aiden Burns.
Well, that was a big touchdown saving tackle right there, because if he wasn't able to bring him down, he had nothing but green grass and could nobody stop him.
and did get yardage back to bring up a 3rd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. And we will give you updates as we get them. There is another championship going on tonight with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Evangel Lightning lead 15-0 over Ezekiel Academy. As right now, a scoreless game here. And Tuscaloosa as a pass across. What a catch! A reception by Jeremiah Williams. He's trying to go all the way inside the 10. There's a flag down on the backside. Waiting on the signal. We do have a player down for Russell Christian. And right now it's a 1st and goal. They are going to bring it back. They're sticking it back. This one's going against. It's a holding call against the offense.
We have an injured player on Evangel's side, too. Oh, he looked like that first.
Hobbling a little bit is Jeremiah Williams, but they will bring this back for a 3rd down and 20.
Costly mistake by the offense on a big play that they needed real bad.
From the 30-yard line, it'll be a 3rd down and 20. An unlucky break there for the Evangel Lions. Third and 20. Wilson under pressure. He's got to try to get it off here. Avoiding tackles. Wilson avoids another one, and Wilson, big yardage. Not enough for the 1st down, but about a 17-yard rushing gain for Kennedy Holland. I keep calling Wilson, I apologize. Kennedy Holland on that.
And hey, as long as you can escape and get some good yardage, your coach won't complain about that. Great run by him.
The senior under immense pressure. He's got his team to now a 4th down and 4 on the 46-yard line. It looks like they'll stay on the field and go for it, being so close to midfield. The fact that Wilson right now, anytime he's carrying the ball, he's getting 5 or more yards.
Absolutely. You got to keep coming up with plays for him to do that, even though he's been making them up on his own.
As they're talking to Matt Mims, our offensive coordinator, trying to get this play going. And it actually looks like there may be an audible here as they're moving some things around for some trickery. Looks like it is going to be a punt. Tried to phase out the Russell defense, maybe get them to jump off, as this ball will stop at the 34-yard line. Gives us 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And you mentioned it, Brennan, it's likely going to be a defensive game here in Tuscaloosa. Through 12 minutes, it's been defense heavy with a turnover apiece.
Absolutely, but if you count that one offensive play that Evangel had when they almost scored, I mean, you got to see some potential danger when it comes to that offense.
Now Russell's offense will get back to work. Start from about their own 34. Quick toss, batted at the line of scrimmage. Good hand in there by Tyler James.
Good hand and good watch of the quarterback right there. You just got to watch his arm sometimes from defensive end standpoint, and just put your hands up as soon as you see that motion come in.
Second and 10. Another pass across the middle, almost intercepted, went off of the pads of A.J. McNeil, and that brings up 3rd and 10.
Now, I watched their tip drill earlier, and I know they're good at it, but apparently they lost sight of that one.
If the senior had caught it, it would have been the third defensive turnover of the game, first interception of the game. Senior just didn't see that one coming.
I think he was just making sure no one else on Russell's side was around.
Again, in the national rankings, 8 seed defending the number 4 seed's offense right now. Trying to make a statement and win a state championship for Evangel Christian. And toss across the middle as it's caught. A reception by Cam Darden, the junior, got the better of Tobias McLemore. And just like that, we have our first points of the game. Touchdown, Russell Christian.
Yeah, if only the secondary was stayed right on him, he probably would have stopped him. But instead, he tried to go for a tip pass, and it didn't work out like he planned.
And a catch by the junior, Cam Darden. And now a chance for it to be 7-0. Jones to hold, Townsend to kick. And it's a high snap as Townsend is going to toss it to the left side. And two-point conversion is waiting on the signal. It's good. A fake play there and a two-point conversion successfully caught by Gabriel Brinson makes it 8-0 with just under 30 seconds left to go in the first. .24 seconds left to go in the first quarter here in Tuscaloosa. 15-7, the Evangel Lightning lead over Ezekiel Academy at the end of the first quarter. As this goes to be a squib kick picked up. Carry back by Kennedy Holland, who's dangerous whenever he avoids tackles. Holland will be stopped at the 40-yard line. We'll see the Lions offense get back to work. You know, as we were coming into the stadium, we were hearing some of the chatter among the fans, and uniform scheme is pretty good. Some were asking, are we playing LSU? It's a similar uniform scheme for away. You got the white uniforms, the yellow helmets, and then the 3-letter acronym of their school on the same arc pattern. So I would understand if they mistook it for LSU.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Evangel has some LSU alumni going on or something.
Either that or their school colors, but maybe they do have LSU fans through there in Montgomery or whoever started the school. Maybe they start with the Lions and get those color schemes. As this will be handed off, rushed to by Jordan Sharp, the junior. We get a gain of about 4 yards and not much field sides to swap, but that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. 2021 CFA Championship presented by Kingdom.com begins with the second quarter in just a few moments. Russell Christian, the only one to score right now, 8-0. Back after this. 12 minutes down. About 36 more to go of game time. Sides of the field swap to the 45-yard line. The Lions on a 2nd and 6. Scramble. Holland looking, trying to avoid the tackle, and they blow the play dead as they'll credit the sack to Gabriel Brinson.
Holland has to relax. He's already freaking out before the plays even started. Got to give your offensive time to protect you and get that offense set up.
Again, they whistled that play dead early because of player safety, even though it looked like Holland could have escaped from the tackle. Trying to make sure that everybody gets out of there safe and sound, especially with the emphasis on protecting the passer. And with that, it's loss of about 7-8 yards for a 3rd down and 13. Lions on a 3rd and long. Holland will air it out. It's an interception picked off by Johnny Wilson, and he's not stopping there. Touchdown, Russell Christian.
And looks like Holland even read himself a little bit as he kind of jerked on that throw and then threw the interception. If you got to be decisive and get that ball out of your hands if you're ready to throw it.
And just like that, what started out to be a close defensive game is now a 2-score lead for the defending state champions. Two-point conversion attempt. Toss left side, incomplete. Two-point conversion attempt pass intended to John Benny Jones. Exactly 1 minute shaved off of the clock, and a 14-0 lead for Russell Christian in the 2021 CFA Championship. Russell Christian had that fake PAT earlier. They capitalized on it with that two-point conversion. Successful, and with the ball loose, Russell Christian recovers it on the kickoff. Another unfortunate mistake made by the Lions.
And if you can't catch that ball, just get down on it. Don't be scared just to fall down on it, but he just kept trying to pick it up.
Dennis Childress credited with the recovery. And just like that, Russell Christian has got the ball back. Chance to do some more damage. We were just looking at the box score from the first matchup. In this contest, it was 6-0 in favor of Russell at the end of the first quarter, and then 13-6 scored in the second, as Russell Christian has Johnny Wilson go up for a gain of a 1st down inside the red zone.
You want to talk about making a gap for the running back to get through, man. He just slid it right through him and got a nice yardage for a good goal line setup.
First and 10 inside the 15. Taylor looking for his options, fakes the pass. Taylor tripped up, potentially a touchdown saving trip there as he gets a gain of 5 yards.
And what great protection he had. He's sitting there for a good little minute. And he just was able to escape as soon as he felt that pressure. Smart move by the quarterback and great awareness.
Second and 5. Taylor. Micah Taylor scrambling. He's just going to keep it to the right side and forced out of bounds. Gain of about 3 yards. Third and short. And an official's timeout. It looked like they were maneuvering the chains.
Third and 2 for the Warriors. From about the 6-yard line.
So 3rd and 2 from the 6. Taylor under pressure gets the pass off and not a touchdown there. The reception over to Johnny Wilson. And I believe that will move the chains for a 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. It's short by a yard. 4th and goal, or excuse me, 4th and 1.
This is a great offensive play. Just able to get that ball off, get a couple of yards gain, able enough to get that first down easily, if they choose the right offensive play.
And a timeout called by Russell Christian, their second charge timeout of the first half with 8:53 left to go in the first half. The 2021 CFA Championship game for varsity 8-man football is presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Sponsored by First Horizon, all things financial, and by Crutcher's Auto Repair, trusted by Franklin, Tennessee since 1980. .853 left to go in the first half. Russell Christian looking to do some more damage. Flag down and false start called on Russell Christian. Move it back 5 yards, so instead of a 4th and 1, it's now a 4th and 6. And with 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter, the Evangel Lightning lead 22-14 over ECA Academy. Tim Smith trying to claim back their state championship that they were not able to fight for in 2020 due to the point differential tiebreaker. Although 3-time defending national champions, as the Lightning, as they usually do around this time of year, on a roll.
Don't give up all those nights just yet, though.
As to the left side, towards the end zone, a touchdown, and Micah Taylor has put another 6 points on the board.
Michael Taylor just taking on the defense. My word, as he puts him right on his back and gets to that touchdown.
And just like that, it's now 22-0. Still waiting for a response from this Lions offense with a 2-point conversion attempt on the way.
Well, they got to fix all their issues first. And so a lot of issues to fix at this moment.
20-0 game, and Taylor for the pass, incomplete. It'll stay at 20-0 with 8:22 left to go in the second quarter. The Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report coming up at the conclusion of the second quarter. We'll give you our thoughts and analysis on the first half and get you the latest score from the ACSC Championship over in Montgomery. About 45 minutes away from here, I believe, maybe an hour. It's all coming up on the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. We've seen a lot of one-sided games through our broadcast season in 2021. Hopefully the Lions can turn it around here. Get more than 12 points. This is booted and flagged down. I believe a false start. Offsides. They're ruling an offsides on the kicking team. We'll move it back 5 yards.
5 yards, free kick.
Squib kick from the 35. This will be returned by Holland. Kennedy Holland looking to give his team some life as he avoids tackles there. Finally forced down at the 41-yard line. On average, he's usually getting to about the 40, and we'll see the Lions offense get back to work. Can the Evangel Lions respond before it's too late, as Holland gets a gain of about 6 yards for a 2nd and 4 coming up. We mentioned as well that the Lions had a tough route to get here. They lost in a close one to Tuscaloosa Christian and then won the next week 32-26 after the 6-point loss of 28-22. Of course, earlier in the year they lost to Russell 31-12. Trying to prevent that score from being repeated.
It's not working so far. They're having to figure it out, though, if they don't want that score again.
Holland, under pressure, has got an option, overthrew his target of Williams. Incomplete. It's like he just overthrew him, but if Williams had caught it, he would have been off to the races. Holland will give it over to Sharp. Jordan Sharp stopped by that defensive line right at the line of scrimmage. And a 4th down as the Russell defense has now come alive in the second quarter.
Russell's defense is playing in hard to run past them. And mostly all this offense could do is throw the ball, but it's been overthrown so many times.
David Hollyfield, the defensive coordinator for the Warriors. Now a 4th down as the Lions will settle for punting it away, to my knowledge. As they've tried this trickery before, and they'll just settle for punting it away. Steel toe from McNeil as this gets stopped at about the 15-yard line, and punt return of about 5 yards for Johnny Wilson.
Return by number 2, Johnny Wilson.
Now the Russell offense, even though they're already leading 20-0, a chance for them to do even more damage.
Again, this is looking like deja vu if they score this time.
It was 8-0 at the end of the first quarter, and now if they score again, it could be 13-6 at the end of the second. This is what happened in that last contest earlier in the regular season. And looking as Taylor airs it out, incomplete. Pass intended for Wilson.
But great defensive coverage on that as well.
It's a handoff up the middle to Johnny Wilson again, off to the races. Johnny Wilson, one man to beat, still in all the way down to the 45-yard line.
Oh, and I know he wish he would have stayed in bounds because he was nothing but clear after that one. But a great, perfect run and great win in the trenches by Russell's offense.
Moved it all the way into Lions territory as once again this offensive scheme by Coach Braddock is showing why they're undefeated on the year at 10-0 and why they're just over 24 minutes away from being state champions once again. Taylor looking, quick fires, and catch on the sideline made by Aiden Burns for a gain of 4.
Perfect bullet throw. I know y'all can't hear it out there, but when he caught that ball, you can hear just the pad impact of that ball. Perfect spiral and perfect throw.
At a 2nd and 6. Taylor looking for the pass again, airing it out on the right side, and that's incomplete. Pass intended for Gabriel Brinson.
And that's great coverage and great route running on both sides as they are able to get separation, but the corner was just there enough to kind of give a little footsteps for the wide receiver had trouble to catch the ball.
Brings us now to a 3rd down and 6. Taylor, and I believe a false start.
Yeah, this was tricky trying to get the defense to jump off sides. Sometimes your offensive line just forgets and they jump instead.
Only the 2nd or 3rd penalty of the game. Maybe 2nd or 3rd on Russell's end. Haven't had any more than 5. Brings it up to a 3rd down and 11. It's Taylor. Under pressure, is going to air it out on the right side, and could have been an interception for Jeremiah Williams. Looked like it was in his area. Brings up a 4th down.
He was in the perfect area just to maybe do a little jump catch, maybe. If he had leaned out there, he probably would have got the interception and probably would have saved him some trouble. But it's 4th down, and it looks like Russell's going to punt.
They'll settle for punting it at the 46-yard line, at least from the players that they're moving around. Haven't called a timeout, but got the entire offense to huddle over. Fourth and 11. As it's a fake punt, as Johnny Wilson going to go to the left side. I think they stopped him short.
He was short, but he sure made an impact on that play.
Got a good impact, and it's a turnover on downs as the Lions will turn it over. McLemore at the defensive stop there, the freshman.
Lions will have their first and 10.
First and 10 as scramble here. There's a flag down in the backside as Kennedy Holland went for reasonable gain there, but maybe an offensive holding.
Again, just the offensive line hurting this offense. Every time there's a big yards gain, they're always having to come back.
Another holding call. Brings it back for a first down and 20.
Ball started at the 26 of the line.
You can see the CFA acronym printed on the field here. Tuscaloosa Christian. Making it feel like a championship environment. Both sides really getting into it here. State championship on the line. And a carry by the right side. Daryl Mack gets stopped, and there's a flag down at the end of the play from the head referee. May have been a late hit. A personal foul against Russell. Maybe a contact in the helmet or neck area. Moves it up 15 yards. I believe maybe an automatic first down. Actually, it won't be. It's just a. And they will move the chains for a first down. Actually, time there. The officials are discussing it. They might have moved the chains inadvertently. Yep, they will move the chains back. It's only an automatic first down if it goes past the original line of gain. Good correction there by the officiating crew.
We're at to correct the downs, too.
It's now a 1st and 5 with the personal foul. Aired out by Holland. And what a catch in coverage made by Jeremiah Williams. Got it to the official and a first down and 10 across the 50.
That's how you concentrate on the catch instead of worrying about the guy next to you. Great catch.
Moving it again, this one will be carried by Daryl Mack, avoiding several tackles. Daryl Mack will get a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. And maybe the spark that the Lions needed is here on this drive.
Oh, yeah, you're seeing it as they're getting up there. You see more confidence as they're playing.
They're doing hurry-up offense strategies here as Daryl Mack trying to push through, and the defensive line will not let him go there. As tackled by Jones and Moore.
2 yard shortage. Go ahead and try to run that ball again. I'm sure they'll probably think that you're going to pass it, but give it a little running play.
Had a little bit of a hurry-up offense strategy, reminiscent of Chip Kelly when he started out with the 49ers. Now a 3rd down and 3. Here's Holland again. He's going to air it out up the middle, incomplete. Looked like he was trying to get it over to Williams. and just couldn't find him.
And even though he was being rushed, you still got to set those feet and able enough to get that ball out. You almost had an interception.
Close there, and now 4th and short. And you think even with it being late in the second quarter, you have to go for it at this point.
Absolutely. This is a championship game. You're doing your all now.
And offsides, that's a first down. Yeah, but offsides on Russell, so that'll move it for a first down. A lucky break for the Lions.
It's like the Lions took it out the Warriors package right there. Try to get them to jump out sides and get that first down easily.
At least from my vantage point, I don't even know if it was intentional.
Sometimes it doesn't look intentional, but it's intentional. If it works, it works.
1st and 10, Holland looking, is going to air it out up the middle. A flag is down, incomplete. Pass again intended. Keep trying to find Williams. As they'll throw another flag down. And I believe this will go against Russell Christian. Maybe an offensive holding again. And yet again it is.
Penalty is against the Lions for holding the 10-yard mark.
Again, the offensive line just hurting them and hurting them. Coach is going to get into them, I'm sure, at halftime for all that. These penalties have cost them more than anything else in this game.
Brings it back for a first down and 20. On the 45-yard line. Tossed by Holland across the middle, almost intercepted again by John Benny Jones.
That's a bad read by the quarterback. You see double coverage, you don't pass that ball, you look for somebody else. And definitely don't try to jump pass.
Second and 20. Holland with Mack to his right. Make that his left. Holland under immense pressure, avoids the tackle. He's going to be brought down finally, and the ball is lost, and Russell Christian recovers it. Just couldn't get rid of the ball, couldn't hold on to it, and a recovery by Gabriel Brinson.
I can't believe he just had the ball out like that. You got to hold it in. You feel the pressure, either get rid of the ball or take the sack.
Just like that, Russell Christian has got the ball back again.
I'm sure they'll capitalize this time, offensive-wise. You'll get lucky twice in this game.
It is now 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Right now, with it close to being halftime, it's a 28-22 lead for Ezekiel. They started crawling back against Evangel. Lead 28-22 in the ACSC Championship game over in Montgomery. There's a scramble by Taylor, who airs it out. Several flags fly as it's a catch made. And this reception, Russell Christian got it there, but several flags fly.
And what a throw. I didn't think he'd probably get that one off, but great concentration by the wide out. Able to moss that kid. Great catch.
Moss for nothing as the holding call in the offense. They'll bring it back. Now a first down and 20. About 2.5 left to go in the first half. It's been a one-sided game for Russell Christian. Taylor alone in the shotgun. Looking for the options, going to toss it, incomplete, intended for Jones.
Great read by him as well. As he saw one guy creeping up, he saw the blitz coming. He got that ball out quick because somebody's open.
Now on a second down and 20. Taylor under pressure. Finally brought down for maybe a gain of a yard, but close to a sack. Brought down there by A.J. McNeil. Brings up third down.
Wait to not give up on that sack by A.J. McNeil. Sometimes you got to jump on the quarterback's back and bring him down that way.
No gain on the play. No short gain on the play. It's third and long for the Warriors.
Time winding down in the first half, as the Lions do have all of their timeouts, haven't used them yet. Taylor going to scramble. There's a flag down. Taylor is forced out of bounds short of the 50, but we do have a penalty marker on the left side where Taylor was running, and I believe they will move this back. There's another holding call against Russell Christian. Now the question is, will there be a decline penalty? Yep, decline, because with that, it's fourth down. And now the Lions have all three of their timeouts with 1:26 left to go in the first half. This will be forced to be a punt, and they'll spot it for a fourth down in about 17. It's declined. And timeout called by Russell Christian. I believe they used their final timeout of the half. 20-0. 1:26 left to go. No more timeouts in the first half for Russell Christian to use, as they will boot it away. And return attempt by Jeremiah Williams. He gets to the left side, still on his feet, trying to cut out the tackles, and gets down to about the 39-yard line. And 114 is what the offense of the Evangel Christian Academy Lions have to work with, trying to prevent the first half from being a shutout.
And if I'm the Lions, I'm going to put in some running plays in this drive right here. You have all your timeouts. Right now would be a great time to do some switcheroo around here. Do some passes, do some running, maybe play actions as well in there.
And I believe a horse collar is additionally called against Russell Christian. So that will be added to the end of the run. So even better field advantage here for Evangel, as they go all the way to the 48, make that the 47-yard line.
That's even more perfect for them to even do even more running plays and add more to that offensive scheme. The only thing you have to do, keep the ball, and that's been their main problem.
Toss, the left side, catch is made by Williams. Williams, smart to get out of bounds there, stop it at 110.
Jumps out of bounds at the 45.
.110 left to go on now a 2nd and 8. Evangel trying to prevent the first half from being a shutout. Aired out, trying to go back for it. It's incomplete. Pass again intended for Jeremiah Williams. You could tell that's Holland's main target. He hasn't found him realistically all game.
Yeah, but you're going to have to figure out somebody else. I don't know if that's just the offensive scheme or maybe that's just the play that they made up, but you're going to have to find somebody else. You can't rely on Williams the whole entire time.
Puts them in a 3rd down and 8 as Kennedy Holland looking for his targets. Going to air it out again to Williams. This time it's a catch made, and inside the 20 is Jeremiah Williams. That's his main man. That's his main target, and he finally found him inside the red zone.
And we see why. That man knows how to concentrate and get the ball in his hands when he can. Just keep the ball rolling. Get a run in there.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line, and they'll run a play regardless. This is a carry by Daryl Mack. He's going to get a gain of several yards there. Make that actually a gain of about 6 for a 2nd and 4 as time winds down. Coach finally using a timeout, and now 46 seconds remain in the 2nd quarter. First timeout of the half used by the Evangel Lions. What? Brendan.
Spencer's me right now. What's up?
I was literally about to text, yeah, hot chocolates when we get to halftime.
Please, sister, please.
3, yeah. Marshmallows and all of them.
Prefer.
You know, I realized I didn't unmute ourselves during that as you heard our hot cocoa orders for the concession stand. It's a great environment here at Tuscaloosa Christian.
Just a little cold.
Yeah, it's all right here in the press box. It's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad, but you still got that little breeze coming.
But also the hot cocoa with marshmallows. I had some this morning with my throat coat. I combined it with the Swiss Miss dark chocolate, hot chocolate stuff. It's pretty good.
You, Mr. Fancy.
I'll have to have you try it sometime. As 45 seconds remain here in the 2nd quarter with a false start, it moves it back for a 2nd and 10. As the Lions offense tries to get their first score of the game, they lob it back to Daryl Mack, who's stopped touchdown saving tackle potentially there by, I believe, Burns.
Luckily, that one defensive player fell when he needed to, because if not, it would have been an easy touchdown.
Lions use their 2nd timeout with 34 seconds left. It's now a 3rd down and 5. As the rushing game has not been very successful. There's 1 timeout remaining for the Lions, so they have a little bit of chance to work with. All they have to do is get the first down here to about the 3-yard line. But in this case, you could pass it to Williams, but he's really been covered up on 2- and 3-man coverage in this situation. So you almost air it out to Daryl Mack, or you maybe trust Kennedy Holland to just rush it to the outside.
Absolutely, but you got to at least figure out some type of game plan, get everybody else involved. I mean, do a little play action and get somebody else they're not worried about, because as you just keep throwing to Williams, he's just going to get even more coverage, and they're not going to worry about anybody else.
Well, they got 34 seconds and 1 stoppage to work with. Under center is Holland. Looking with an audible.
Got Williams in the backfield.
Holland is going to keep it, looking for the option. Holland trying to push through. And they will stop the clock with 27 seconds left. No more timeouts for Evangel, and a short gain for now, just a 4th down and 4. And this is where you have to pop it in, barring any defensive penalty.
This is when you find your biggest guy and just tell him, hey, man, just go up the gut and don't go down for nothing.
I'd like to thank all 62 of you watching wherever you are around the world. It's been a one-sided game for Russell Christian. The Lions looking to change the momentum, especially because the Warriors receive in the 2nd half. So a touchdown here, crucial to try and set the tone going into the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. They're going to try to get that 2-point conversion. You need that as well.
4th down and 4. Holland with motion, Going to hand it off in the backfield. Whistle dead. It looks like a false start.
Not what you need. I probably would have done the fullback dive too. Number 8's a good size, and he probably would have able to run that in. But again, offensive line issues are going to be the problem.
Moves it back for a 4th down and 8. Definitely changes the offensive scheme here. Again, all they need is the 1st down. Granted, they have to rush up to the line to get a snap off. Good conservation of timeouts by Coach Dixon. 4th down, toss towards the end zone to Williams. It's intercepted. Picked off for a touchback by Niadi.
Again, the defense is not full. They know exactly who you're going to. When they see Williams out there, oh, just stay on Williams real close. And there it is, interception.
Intercepted at the end of the 1st half, and likely just a knee down formation for Russell Christian, especially with no timeouts remaining. An eventful 1st half for the Warriors. Not so much for the Lions, more so a tragedy for the Lions here in Tuscaloosa as they try to turn it around here in the 2nd half. And with that knee down, that's going to take us to the end of the 2nd quarter, 20-0. The Lions with a huge deficit as Russell Christian will receive to start the 2nd half. We'll be back in a few moments for the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. Back in just a few moments here. The 2021 CFA Varsity 8-Man Football Championship presented by Kingdom.com. And welcome to the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside Brendan Daniel. 20-0 right now. Russell Christian leads, and this 10-0 team making a statement to try and go 11-0. It just doesn't look like, other than the penalties a little bit, Russell Christian just had their struggles in the 1st quarter, but they're now firing on all cylinders once they got into their groove.
Absolutely. They just figured out the defense. They just know, oh, so you guys are going to protect us this way? Well, we'll do a different route. And now they just got these 20 points on the board. But they're on the other side, Ezekiel's been able to keep it a little close.
They've kept it a little bit close, and of course for Holland, he's just been a workhorse for the offense there. But the problem it really seems like is that he keeps targeting Holland, but he can't really get Holland can't really get that connection with Jeremiah Williams. That's the big issue right now. How do they get the rest of this team cycled in and actually give more targets for Holland?
Well, it's all on the offensive coordinator to figure that out. You just have to figure out what you can do for everybody to get everybody else involved. Figure out a little play on the offensive scheme. Maybe do some play action passing or something.
And to my knowledge, the latest scoring update, just to make sure if I got it right or not, doesn't look like we have anything yet from Evangel. Because right now, the last thing we had was Ezekiel leading 28 or 26 to 22 over the Evangel Lightning. So an interesting game over there in Montgomery. But that's going to wrap it up for the Iceberg Plumbing and Heating and Cooling halftime report. Again, your score 20-0. Russell leads right now. We got about 12 and a half minutes until we get back from halftime. Thank you for watching the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Halftime Report, and welcome back to Tuscaloosa Christian School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where the Warriors of Russell Christian Academy lead 20-0 over the Lions of Evangel Christian Academy as that kickoff goes out of bounds, and they'll start from their own 40-yard line. Spencer Thompson, Brendan Daniel, producer Audrey Green, and field cam operator James Shannon bringing you the action here from Alabama. Probably about 10 minutes or less over to the University of Alabama, about 20, 30 minutes southeast of Birmingham. And it's been a one-sided first half. Russell Christian will keep the ball to start off, and possibly the Warriors trying to shut it down and close the game out of here. Here's the catch over to Darden. It's Cam Darden with a first down past midfield.
Darden's been making a big impact for this Russell offense lately, and I'm surprised of the Evangel defense just sitting there on the screenplay, just watching it all happen.
Defense has certainly had its struggles throughout the evening. It's been a defensive-heavy game, and Russell has only had a handful of big plays throughout the first half. But at least for the Warriors, it's been in their favor as Coach Braddock looks to claim yet another state championship. This is handed off up the middle, carry left side by Wilson. It's Johnny Wilson, who's also made an impact in his own right. Moves a chance for a first down, or just short for gain of 9.
What a hole that offensive line made. Just a clean gap for Wilson to run through and a nice pickup.
Now a 2nd and 1. Taylor is just going to opt to pass it. He's got the pressure and gets the pass dumped off to Brinson. Gabriel Brinson trying to avoid the final tackle. He'll get a first down to the 26-yard line.
Way to keep it in there for the quarterback. Just able to take that pressure on and able to get that ball off.
Can't remember the last time that there's been a shutout in a state championship, at least in the CFA. Covered a shutout with the 20-0 victory for Christian Community over the Webb School back in 2018. Colts got their first state championship since about 2012. 1st and 10, lob in the backfield to Wilson. Johnny Wilson get a gain of about 5 yards.
Looks like Wilson was trying to run a little bit more as he was still on his feet, but refs are playing it safe with these players.
And a lot of penalties for Russell Christian throughout the evening. Just a handful for the Evangel Lions, as the Lions try to overcome a 20-point deficit. The first half to get this stop here on the opening drive of the second half. 2nd down and 6. Taylor under pressure, slings it, gets the catch over to Darden. Cam Darden will move the chains, and a flag down with a holding on the offense, so that will move this back.
Again, another problem by the offensive line on both sides. They just can't seem to stop holding the ball or holding the defensive players and causing issues for this offense to keep continuing to drive along the field.
Offensive holding has really been the story of the game on both sides, and more so with the Lions side, because if there had not been a holding call on several of their big offensive drives, it could be a very different story here in Tuscaloosa and make that a false start.
Whistle against the Warriors there, back another 5 yards.
2nd down and 20. 2nd and 20. And movement again. It's going to be another false start. And make that a 2nd and 25.
This is what Evangel needs in order to get back in the game. You hate it for Russell, but I'm sure Evangel's offensive coach is sitting over there like, you see what's going on? This is what you guys been doing. This is what we want to not do.
Make it now a 2nd and 25. Taylor looking, he's under pressure. He's going to be brought down with a gain of a few yards. Tackle made there by Jamari Giles.
You can just see in Taylor, he's sitting there now with a clock in his head, counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, go. Because sometimes you just got to count as a quarterback to know when that pressure is coming.
Third down, Livingston to go.
Third and 20. Taylor has got time. Left side incomplete. Pass short intended for Darden.
Taylor's pass is incomplete.
I think pressure got to him that time. He wasn't able to set his feet correctly like he wanted to and beam that ball in. Usually it's successful.
And now, question for Coach Braddock. Do you try to pin him deep on a punt here? You're having such a large deficit. Maybe do you go for it to make some yardage back?
It looks like it's going for it, but I would honestly punt the ball. But I see what he's trying to do. Get some yards in, maybe put him back a little bit deeper than you would for punting.
Might get a little bit more as Taylor is looking. He's going to air it out on the left side and almost intercepted. Did he catch that? He did. What?
He caught that ball. What concentration. Just able to be patient and just let that ball just fall in his hands.
Gabriel Brinson, and the chains are moving the other way. I believe it was ruled incomplete. It was ruled incomplete. Looked like it may have been a catch from our vantage point, but we'll let you, the viewers, be the judge of that. With 8:13 left to go in the third. And pass incomplete intended for Jeremiah Williams. And that's been the story of the game for this Evangel offense. Haven't been able to get it going.
And he's rushing it that time. You obviously saw it. As soon as he got that ball in his hand, he didn't set his feet. He just lobbed it over to him.
You have to think the defensive coordinator, David Hollyfield, is having a fun time seeing his defense perform a shutout thus far through the game. As they toss it left side to Jeremiah Williams. He's got a few blockers, and he's going to be stopped for forward progress at about the 45-yard line.
I guess second time's a charm, because with that screen, it's basically same play, just with a few extra blockers. But maybe you do a play action screen pass and throw it down the field to maybe number 19.
Maybe give some options there. About a 3rd down and 4. Toss left side intended for Williams, who could have been dangerous there as Cam Darden was looking towards the ball. May have done an interception at pick 6 there as it brings up a 4th down.
Very dangerous. You don't want to lob up that ball and give that defense a chance to get that ball. And like you said, Spencer, that would have been a lovely pick 6 for Russell to get.
So now a 4th down, and it looks like the Lions are just going to punt it away unless they try a fake here. We haven't seen a fake punt all night. And it's a direct snap, and this fake punt successful for Kennedy Holland. Gets the 1st down right on cue, and new life for the Evangel Lions.
Snap goes to Holland.
What a great call by Coach Thompson on that to give a little fake punt announced. But also waited for the special teams able to put in the work right there.
Offensive coordinator Matt Mims came up with that one.
Had to give you a little credit because you did call it.
I guess maybe Coach Thompson has another role that I'll have in some other life. Catch there by Williams. Jeremiah Williams trying to get past to about the 36-yard line.
Jeremiah Williams on the reception. He's brought down by Johnny Wilson. Third gain about 5.
Again, a chilly night here in Tuscaloosa. As a great run by Kennedy Holland. He's got blockers. Can Kennedy Holland do it? He's going to be stopped, but a big gain inside the 20. And the Lions are in the red zone.
You can feel it, the momentum shift. This is exactly the play they needed. Perfect blocking from all sides of the offense. And a great pickup.
As they're going to hurry it up here and not take any chances, Holland will hand it off to Daryl Mack. He'll get stopped by the defensive line. So actually we're in Cottondale, Alabama, suburb of Tuscaloosa. 52 degrees right now. Low is 38 for the evening. And football weather here in southwestern Alabama. As you see another play here, and the first points of the game for the Lions, a touchdown on the corner by Williams.
And just a screenplay, just able to execute. Defense was a little close on it to stopping it when it came to the pass, but Williams was able to catch that ball and get it to the end zone.
And a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. They just need to make 1 out of 3 drives, and they'll hand it off, and it's a successful 2-point conversion attempt by Daryl Mack. So the first points of the game for the Evangel Lions come late in the third quarter. 20-8, Russell Christian still leads in the 2021 CFA Championship game presented by Kingdom.com. (20-8) the score right now in Cottondale, Alabama, as this ball gets squib kicked off for the onside kick, trying to go for it before it goes out of bounds as flag is thrown with ball rolling out of bounds. And they'll spot it at the 44-yard line. That's where the Russell offense will start out this offensive drive. Try the onside kick there, nothing doing.
It almost worked, but sometimes you got to be lucky on the bounce. You got that one lucky bounce when they hit the Russell special team player, but not enough to keep it inside.
And we'll see if Russell Christian can respond to the first score of the game by the Lions. See if they could prove that this is not a momentum shift as it's lobbed in the backfield. Left side, carry by Wilson, and he'll move the chains for a first down inside Lions territory.
Wilson has been running greatly. Watch as he gives him a little juke move against the one-on-one defender. Ooh, nice little move just to get past that first down.
Moves it to about the 43-yard line. Again, Russell's offense, when they need to respond, they have responded throughout the game. through the penalties and through the adversity they've gone through. There's a reason why they're 10-0. Comes left side, 1st and 10, and the catch by Burns results in a loss of a yard.
And maybe they need to start going back to the running plays. They've been doing pretty well with that. The passing game's been there, but when you gain big yardage, it's been on the running. So maybe coach wants to think about that.
And Coach Braddock, the head coach and offensive coordinator here for the Warriors. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Ezekiel leads Evangel 34-22. Ezekiel Academy win its 2nd state championship in a row as this ball gets carried up the middle for a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. So a 3rd down and 9 coming up for Russell Christian. Think about that championship game where Evangel was leading. They have might be a season sweep Ezekiel has over Evangel, and might be able to be their statement to get into the Division I playoffs in Panama City.
Exactly. I told you, when Ezekiel was down, don't give up on those nights just yet. They'll come back with advantage, and they have.
And right now, it's potential comeback in the works for the Evangel Lions. First, they have to get a stop here on the 3rd and 9. Low snap, picked up again by Taylor, right side, incomplete, broken up by Jordan Sharp. And now a 4th and 9, as it looks like this Evangel defense has come to life.
And good awareness by Sharp to get there right on time as he stopped that pass to get it complete, because I'm sure the wide receivers a tad bit close to catching that ball and getting an easy 1st down.
And once again, a 4th and 9, Russell will go for it here. They've been very successful tonight on 4th down conversions. On a 4th and 9, Taylor, they'll lob it back on the running play to Johnny Wilson, and he stopped short of the 4th down conversion, and control is back to Lions.
Perfect stop by the defense from the Lions. Now you have to score. Let's see if they can do it. They were successful last time. I'm sure they'll be successful this time.
The number 8 seed only down by 12 to the number 4 seed in the NHSA rankings. And brings up a 1st and 10 on the 38.
Just hold on to that ball. That's the only problem for these Lions, is holding on to that ball and not turning it over.
Game started out in the 1st half with a total of 3 turnovers, 2 in favor of Russell. Only 1 in favor of the Lions, as the Lions have to burn a timeout this early in the 2nd half. With 3:54 left to go in the 3rd, the 2021 CFA Championship game is presented by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. It's also sponsored by Crumble Cookies, enjoy to every last crumb, and by Iceberg, plumbing, heating, and cooling, services for every season. .354 left to go in the 3rd quarter, as avoiding all tackles is Kennedy Holland, and finally trying to push the pile forward and stop for forward progress with a gain of about 5 yards. Kennedy Holland pretty much having to push the entire team on his back.
Absolutely, and it's been a big load for him and Williams to carry, and luckily they're able to do it, but they're going to need everybody else's help in order to get this dub today.
Now a 2nd and 5. Holland is looking, trying to find the pass. He finds it off left side, overthrown, intended for Woodard.
Yeah, Woodard has some good separation from the secondary. But that's what I'm talking about. Get another guy involved. He broke the guy off. He was able to release and get a couple good yards. You just got to get him the ball.
10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 34-29. Evangel down by a small score. of only 5 points in Montgomery. Right now it's shrink down to a smaller score. Holland has so much time across the middle, almost an interception by Johnny Wilson. And a flag is down.
Holland's pass is incomplete.
This may be called on the Lions.
There's a flag on the field.
Officials are going to discuss who the instigator was on this play, as 77 had his helmet off. It's Tyler James, the senior. Motion's running high in the state championships. We mentioned it before, they were expected to run high, as coaches are going to talk it over with their teams, and the officials will discuss on who instigated the confrontation. One of those moments you wish that we had that microphone hooked up to the referee, but trying to focus on getting the right call. And flag is waved off. No penalty there.
Probably the most shocking thing that'll happen tonight. At least one of them from the refs.
About 3:04 left to go in the third quarter. And a 4th and 5. Likely a potential fake from the Lions, unless they will opt to punt it over here, because they do have Holland in the same position. Fourth and 5. High snap, and it barely got the punt off. It's A.J. McNeil, as it just goes out of bounds, and they will spot this. Spotted at the 43 or 44 yard line in Lions territory. Another defensive stop needed from Evangel.
Absolutely. They've been guarding this pass plays really well. It's the run game they've been having trouble with. Maybe put a few guys in the box to give that running game some problems.
So that running game with a combination of Wilson and Taylor. Been Russell's bread and butter throughout the evening.
Here it comes right here.
So they might do the same thing with Wilson. They're not going to toss it to him. Toss left side, a bullet and a catch made as the ball is loose. And who recovered it there? That's where you need to fall on the ball and get it. But it looks like they're signaling, and the Lions recover it. A much-needed defensive stop for Evangel.
And Evangel again, just able to get that lucky play in where their defense is able to turn over that ball. Now it's kind of shift over to Russell. Like, can you hold on to the ball now? That was Evangel's problem at first. Now it's Russell's.
And it looked at first like maybe Russell had recovered it there with none of the yellow helmeted players falling on the ball, just standing up and trying to pick it up. But a turnover on downs. Here goes Holland trying to weave through. He's got a gain, and he'll be stopped for forward progress for 5 yards.
And that's been the problem for all these Evangel players. They've been trying to pick up the ball and try to play hero ball. Sometimes it's better to just drop. You're more a hero that way than anything else.
Second and 5 for the Lions.
And just a 12-point game, only 2 touchdowns needed to tie it up. You just have to go 1 for 2 on 2-point conversions to take the lead. The Evangel Christian Academy Lions face a 2nd and 5. Holland, quick toss, finds the connection this time to Jeremiah Williams, gets the safety to slip, and he's brought down at about the 35-yard line inside Russell territory.
He's able to get 2 defenders on the ground, too, and able to get that first down easily, but he's having problems getting up.
And we do have a Lion down on the field. Looks like an injury, and that is not the injury you want to see Jeremiah Williams very slow to get up. Fortunately, clenching, I believe, his knee. Hopefully just a cramp, and we'll step aside for an injury timeout. Good news is it looked like it was just a cramp for Jeremiah Williams as Holland goes to the left side, avoiding tackles again as he does best, juking out several tackles and almost to the first down marker, gain of about 9 yards. And the good news for Jeremiah Williams, it looked like it was just a cramp. He's sitting out for a play, might come back in for another one soon.
Good news for the Evangel is Jeremiah Williams is okay. We were hoping he's okay, nothing major, but those cramps, boy, they can hurt worse than anything else.
And with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, it's a 42-29 lead for Ezekiel over Evangel. So if that score holds, the Lightning are going to take a loss in the state championship heading into Florida. As here goes the carry left side by Daryl Mack. Daryl Mack will move the chains for a first down as we have time winding down here in the third quarter. And you feel like there's a sense of urgency for the Lions to score here in the third quarter. It's very much the case here that they need to get this touchdown.
Absolutely, and you can make a big momentum shift if you get that touchdown, because now you really have the game in your hands, and all pressure will be on Russell.
Trying to get the pressure on us. Here's Daryl Mack again, who's been stopped for the most part by this defensive secondary, this time by Darden and Moore. He gets a carry of about 4 yards.
He's able to fight off this defense now. It's looking like he has a little extra gear picked up, and he's trying to do all he can to help his other players out.
And you start thinking back to the amount of offensive penalties that Russell had and how it's affecting him going into this second half. Now potentially a game that'll be within a touchdown. As this is lobbed back there, give it to Mack again. He's going to push through, only a gain of a few yards again, and brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Here's maybe why I start doing some hurry-up plays here, try to get this defense off ground, but it looks like they're just going to try to go to the 4th. Might be a problem for them later on.
And I believe there is no sense of urgency. They are just going to let this run down to the end of the third quarter and swap sides of the field. Was a shutout at halftime. Now it's just a 12-point game here in Cottondale, Alabama. 28, Russell Christian leads over Evangel Christian in the 2021 CFA Varsity 8-Man Football Championship presented by Kingdom.com. Back in a few moments. 12 minutes remaining. 12 minutes separates both Evangel Christian and Russell Christian from a state championship. The CFA, 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 20-8. This is one of those momentum shifting drives here for the Lions. There's a carry again, and stopped at the line of scrimmage is Daryl Mack. Once again, they just keep trying to make the gap open in the middle. They're just not getting anything going.
Absolutely not. That Russell defense, they're hard to separate. They're on that line. They're ready. They've even filled up the boxes. They're aware you're about to run the ball. So now you got with Williams back on, now they're spreading it out. They're getting everybody out, getting the protection.
This is bringing up now a 4th and 4, which they will go for. Holland looking for the option, toss it incomplete. Tried to get the pass off to his teammate in Williams. Great coverage by the Russell defense, and it moves the chains for a first down.
And again, if I'm up here calling it, you for sure know that defense is, they can tell, like, hey, you're going to go to Williams. We know, and we're going to stop it.
It moves the chains to the other side of the field. A first down and 10 for Russell Christian. It's another chance where a defensive stop would be what Evangel Christian is going for. But for Russell Christian, they start out on their own 16-yard line.
And this is where your Evangel's defense, this is where you want to turn over the most.
Taylor, he's got a multitude of time, and oh, wide open is Cam Darden to the races. Cam Darden for the touchdown.
Yep, this is expected. That pass in place. They're just beating them on those. Archer was able to get the nice release and able to get separation. Nothing but green grass afterwards, and he's even ripping like, yeah, guys, you seen it.
And just like that, it is back in control to Russell Christian with a dime to the junior.
Got to give the quarterback some preparation right there. Perfect pass, way to keep his just calm in that pocket. He has time and just able to throw that ball perfectly to his wideout.
Close to a 90-yard receiving touchdown for Cam Darden. And the two-point conversion attempt is good. Makes it 28-8. And the clock was running down there for a little bit. I'm not sure why. It's now down to 10:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Make that 28-8. They retried the two-point conversion attempt. We unfortunately missed that. We thought the two-point conversion was successful on the first try. It looked like a penalty on the offense. So it is still 28-8 with 10:35 left to go in the second half, as Russell Christian holds a 20-point lead once again. First time with 8-Man Extreme officially covering teams in the CFA, or at least covering a game for the CFA. Proud to be covering the state championship here in Cottondale, Alabama, hosted by Tuscaloosa Christian School. Been a defensive heavy game. been one-sided in favor of Russell Christian as the Lions try to get a kickoff return here. Slide down to the 46-yard line is Kennedy Holland. And the Lions offense will try to get back to work. Again, they have 2 timeouts. They had to burn one late in the third. And this is where for the Lions, score quick, score fast.
Absolutely. And maybe do some hurry-up offense just to get that defensive tired. Maybe do no substitution for them and get everybody else involved. You almost had a successful play with somebody else besides Williams.
Here's Holland airing it out on the right side. The catch is made and a touchdown. We don't have him on the roster, but 19 for the Lions.
Like I said, get number 19 involved. He looked like he's capable. He's been having a clean white jersey. It's time to get everybody involved on this team.
I believe Smith is the name they called there. And just like that, talked about it scoring quick and scoring early. Just 10 seconds shaved off the clock. And just like that, it is now 28-14. More points than they got in the last contest that they played against Russell Christian. And trying to go for 2 points to make it a 12-point game once again. And up the middle, practically untouched, is Daryl Mack. Quick turn of events, 28-16. Didn't have to burn any timeouts on that drive either. Impressive stuff from Evangel.
Absolutely. Evangel was able to get exactly what happened to them. Nice long drive pass, and they did the same. Now let's hope this defense can play better this second drive.
(28-16). Just like that, the Lions are back in it as this kickoff will go out of bounds. That's been a problem for the Lions all night long. And this will be spotted. They'll bring it up to the 40-yard line. Free kick going out of bounds, and they will place it on the 35-yard line. And now Russell Christian's offense trying to shut this game down.
And please believe they're going to try to run that ball and get that time run down as possible. But don't be surprised if they pop that ball up again.
With motion, Taylor looking. Taylor scrambling. He's got it across the middle, and the catch is made. Good reception there by Gabriel Brinson.
Perfect throw by Wilson, first off. And great catch by Gabriel Wilson. Not able to go down with no problem.
Brinson getting the first down here. And it is early on in the fourth quarter, but you start to wonder, when do timeouts start factoring in for the Evangel Lions as Russell continues to wind down the clock here as we get into the witching hour of the 2021 CFA Championship.
Well, you want to trust your defense first, see if they can get a stop in, and if not, you might think about using your timeouts.
Handoff up the middle and stopped at the defensive line. A big pancake block by McNeil.
That's exactly what they need. Evangel's defense just able to bring him down right at this line of scrimmage and able to lose some yards as well. Let's keep it up.
Forces it to a 2nd and 11. This is, again, the opportune moment where this defense for Evangel, they've stepped up. They have forced turnovers and put the decision in the hands of their offense. Under 9 minutes left.
Watch for the passing play.
Taylor looking for the option, toss right side, and with one blocker, there's a flag in the backfield. Looks like it might be a roughing the passer penalty, but still on his feet is Johnny Wilson, and he's going to be brought down. So looks like they're going to get 15 yards tacked on.
Johnny Wilson on the reception.
As Micah Taylor struggled to get up there.
He runs for a while.
Yep.
That's a roughing the passer.
There's a penalty.
And I believe they'll tack it on to the end of the play. Move it up another 15 yards.
Call. It's gonna be marked off.
Evangel getting hurt by those penalties. You hate to see it. It was killing them in the first half. You thought they had a little control in the second, but now they've done this one. This hurts them the most.
And thank you to all 67 of you watching wherever you are. It's turning out to be a closer game as we get into the final 8.5 minutes of the state championship. It's now a first down on the 32-yard line. Scramble by Taylor. He's going to air it out up the middle, and it's going to be an interception. Or is it? Looked like a pick by Tobias Mecklemore, and it is intercepted, a turnover on downs.
And what a perfect defensive play. This is exactly what you need from Evangel. And it looks like a good 50-50 throw.
And it's close there. It looks 50-50, and they rule it in possession, too.
It looks like the Evangel defender just got in front just in time to get the interception.
And it looked like there was a flag down, maybe. Waiting on the officials to give us the call, but it is a 1st and 10 for the Lions. And they start out from their own 16-yard line. They got 8:13 to work with. Again, 2 timeouts. Score quick. Score as soon as you can.
Absolutely.
And doesn't look like we have any updates from that Evangel contest. We'll get you that as soon as it goes final. 1st and 10. This will be a carry by Holland. Holland wrapped up again. Get a carry of maybe a yard or 2.
Danny Holland on the keeper. Brought down by number 23, Josh Hughes. The 42 Duke Mark.
Gain of actually 4 yards for 2nd and 6 as Evangel Lions now too late in the game to where at this point you have to score to keep yourself within it. Toss left side, almost intercepted. Dangerous play between Jones and Wilson. And incomplete for a 3rd down.
And again, throwing it in double coverage. The issue he's been having all game, and of course, is to Williams. You have to expect double coverage when it comes to Williams, and you got to see somebody else.
Third and 6. As Holland is going to keep it, trying to go forward. He's going to move it for a 1st down. Kennedy Holland excels when he's under pressure.
Absolutely. He saw nothing but green grass, and what a smart move just to run out and try to get all the yards you can, and a perfect 1st down for him.
Gains enough for a 1st down for the Lions.
New set of downs just outside their own 30-yard line. Holland is going to keep it again. He's got some blockers. Get a carry of another few yards and a gain of maybe 2 there for a 2nd down. And again, that's where the question comes in of when do you start trying to pass it more to the outside and get some more time management going?
Well, obviously, they're going to hold on to the run. It has been working, but it has not. But we're going to see what they can come up with as this offense continues to go down the field.
Toss left side to Williams. Jeremiah Williams stopped by the Russell defense. Initially contacted by Aiden Burns.
Just defense able to crumb in on that play right there. And again, you got to stop giving it to Williams. You got to get somebody else involved. Mack has been doing a great job, but he needs help as well.
Third and 9. Look at toss across the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Joshua Love. And now a 4th down and 9.
Holland's pass is incomplete.
Which this late in the game, they will go for it. At least they should go for it, but they are bringing out McNeil again. Possibly a fake punt, but you would think with being down with 6 minutes left that they would go for it in this situation.
Absolutely. It's a championship. You're not too far from the score. Even though if you could hear the fans are even calling for a fake. So if that's the case, you might want to think about changing it up.
See the shift here? It looks like it's going to be a high snap and loose. And still on his feet, A.J. McNeil going to pass it to the left side. Incomplete. Looked like Jeremiah Williams could have dove for it and made a play, but incomplete and a turnover on downs.
And now I have to cost them right there. That would have been a perfect play for him. A mistake happened, but they are able to pass that ball away. Jeremiah's just going to have to sacrifice his body and learn how to if he wants this win.
And the Warriors take over as they lead by 12.
Expect them to just run the ball and run that clock down. Maybe even score. They've been successful running.
Taylor. He's got Wilson behind him, and he'll lob it to Wilson. And with the pressure, though, bring him down in the backfield for a loss of 5.
His defense is doing all they can to keep them close, but they're not getting any love from the offense.
Given many, many chances to offensive side of the ball. Give credit to the Evangel defense for how they played throughout tonight, especially holding Russell to only 28 points, because the majority of the times that Russell has scored tonight, it's just been either maybe a missed tackle here or there, but mostly just deep bombs. And now brings up about a 2nd and 16.
And I'm sure it's because they're gassed. I mean, if you're on the field a lot.
As here goes Johnny Wilson to the outside, touchdown. Russell Christian for another 6, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
Absolutely, just free space. You just see the whole defense just collapse. They're trying to apply pressure onto Wilson, but again, the running game just killing these Lions.
Two-point conversion attempt coming up. Chance for it to be a 20-point lead. Unless they go for a PAT to make it a 19-point lead. Another touchdown as Russell Christian looks to finish out the 2021 campaign as state champions as Taylor tries to go forward. 2-point conversion is no good. Makes it an 18-point game. 3 touchdowns needed flat for Evangel to make it back, but they got limited amount of time with 5:04 left to go in the contest. (34-16) as this booted out. Return attempt by Holland. He'll just go out of bounds to conserve time with about 5:01 left to go.
Takes it out of bounds about the 37-yard line.
exactly 5 minutes left to go in this state championship for the CFA. Last stand here for the Lions. Have a lot of work to do if they want to make it back here, as a scramble yet again for Holland. The senior Kennedy Holland doing all he can.
Yeah, it looks like the defensive player might have took that ball away from Holmes, but the ref ain't going to pay attention to it. So. Great scramble by Holland, though.
I believe we have a final over in. Yes, we do have a final. Ezekiel Academy 41, Evangel Christian 35. The Knights, incomplete pass to the right side intended for Joshua Love. The Ezekiel Academy Knights have won the ACSC. Congratulations to Coach Hunter Wilson and company. A really close game fought with the Evangel Lightning, as the Lightning go into the national championship trying to defend their title. As Evangel Nutmer 2 seed and might drop down a seed or two depending on how things work out with the Ezekiel Academy win. Hank St. Dennis and company have a lot of work to do as this gets tossed to the right side. Good catch and a first down there. How about a little bit more? Gets down to about the 42-yard line with leaves Solace.
And again, I wonder if they would have got him involved the first couple of quarters in. I wonder if they would have made this game even a bit closer than it is now.
Quick toss, right side, catch is made by Williams. Williams getting to the outside, trying to spin out a tackle. He's stopped out of bounds and will get to about the 25-yard line, as the Lions are not going down without a fight. And there is an injury for Russell Christian here with 4:02 left to go in the game. Looks like we got a Russell Christian player down about the 24. We will step aside for an injury timeout. Good sign is the injured player is all right. Was Cam Darden of Russell Christian. 4:02 left to go. The Lions fighting on their last breath. Pressure here from Carter Phillips, as a good run here by Kennedy Holland gets out, and I believe he got out of bounds there. 3:51.
I expect to hurt. A little more urgency, even though there's no chance of them coming back. But you can kind of tell that the Lions are trying to make it seem like it's about to be a close game.
Take a lot of miracles and a lot of circumstances for them to make it back here as they lob it back to Daryl Mack. Daryl Mack has a little bit of running room and will move the chains for a first down.
Where's this blocking been all game? Mack's able now to run free with barely any issues. They need this earlier.
It's too little, too late. We see that a lot from teams that we've covered throughout the 2021 season. Just efforts happening too little, too late. Lobbed again. Here's Mack. Mack looking, pushed up a little bit to inside the 10-yard line. Again, you would think in this case they'd rush up to the line if they're trying to mount a comeback, and not necessarily able to attempt that here. Now have a 2nd down and 8. They'll hand it off to Mack again up the middle. He's stopped by the Russell defensive line with about 2 minutes and a timeout called by the Lions. 2:57 left to go in the 4th. You know, we had mentioned it earlier about when you call timeouts. I guess strategically they call it there with it being 3rd and goal because maybe they could quickly score in. And you got to recover 2 onside kicks here, and you got to rush it down the field and hope that you can get the better of Russell's offense on maybe one drive realistically, especially because they burnt that timeout earlier in the 3rd quarter.
And this is where they're probably praying to the football gods. Hey, any type of miracle we can get, we can take.
Again, their first matchup took a loss 31-12. A little bit closer to that score, a little bit reminiscent of it, depending on if they could punch a touchdown in here. Make it 34-22, possibly 34-24. At this point, after this touchdown, it is a 2-possession game. 3rd down. As Holland looking in, toss right side, incomplete. It's now a 4th down and goal. Now the last stand, pending any defensive penalties or a 1st down, because the 1st down marker is on the 1-yard line. But looking for 6 points here.
And I'm amazed they're actually getting everybody involved now, as it's the end of the game. Gotta question that.
They got more people involved throughout the rest of the contest. Could have benefited them. Too little, too late at this point. And the 4th down here is Holland looking. He's scrambling, looking to pass it over. Holland has got some areas. There is a flag down the backside as Holland tries to go up for the 1st down. And I believe he may have gotten the 1st down, but they are going to move it back for a 4th down and long. Must be a block in the back.
Yeah, it was a good block, but that block in the back, boy, it'll cost you.
Question is, where did they spot him for the 1st down? Was it penalty was declined, and it is ruled short, so it is Russell Christian will take over the ball. So now taking over with 2:37. About at the 3 or 4 yard line. Again, stick around for the post-game show. Fairlife Core Power Protein post-game show. We'll present the prizes for the CFA All-Conference Team Offense Awards and get the chat with likely Coach Braddock and the most valuable player of the CFA Championship game. Come up on the Fairlife Core Power Protein post-game show as this ball is almost, it's loose, waiting for, leave the whistle blown. It was down by contact before the ball popped out and brings it short for now a 2nd and 10 for Evangel. You know, on paper, a lot of people counted out the Lions, especially with taking that loss earlier in the season. And you know, Coach Dixon had a lot of different narratives coming into this game with his team players, and for Russell Christian being 10-0. But for the effort they put up in this contest, really came down to was that they got players more involved earlier in the game, and if they cut down on the penalties, Lions could have had a more closer situation here as this is carried up and stopped short.
Absolutely. The defense played great. There's nothing you can say bad about this defense. It's just if you got everybody involved in the first half with this offense, I'm sure the game probably would have been very close. I'm sure Russell would have been trying to think of something right now to try to get a touchdown, but Russell played ahead, kept a game, and now they just got to run this clock down and hold on to that ball.
As time expires here, I'm sure the Russell fans can feel it. Another state championship for Coach Anthony Braddock as this goes up the middle. Carry for a few yards there and brings up now a 4th down as you see a timeout called by the Lions. Use their final timeout maybe to get their backup players a final rep in their final game of the 2021 season. Probably the final rank for the Lions, they're at 8 right now, maybe drop a spot or 2. And for Russell Christian, maybe they'll stay in the same space. They might swap with Ezekiel on that monumental win against the Evangel Lightning. So we'll see how that goes down with 1:02 left to go here in contest.
Stick around.
Final timeout again called by the Evangel Lions. Unfortunately, both Evangel teams falling tonight. But we'll see the Lightning in Panama City Beach next week, the 3-time defending national champions. I'm sure that Tim Smith will be coming back with a vengeance, as well as Eli Whitfield and the rest of the players among the Evangel Lightning. 1:02 left to go here in the CFA Championship, as this will be punted away by Russell. You'll see a return from Jeremiah Williams, maybe trying to get a punt return for a touchdown, and gets it into about the 15-yard line. So maybe a chance to get one more touchdown here as time will expire. They get their backups in for reps, and sure Coach Anthony Braddock can feel it. He'll get win number 52 in his 5th season at the helm. Of course, taking no losses this year. Go 11-0. And unfortunately, we won't see him in Florida.
Sadly, too, because this is a great team, and I'm sure they put up a good fight against all the other teams that's in Division I playoffs.
And a lob in the backfield. Jordan Sharp trying to get in and will be forced out of bounds.
Number 24, Jordan Sharp, around right in.
Brings up a 2nd and goal. Time winding down. Once again, prize presentations coming up here in Cottondale, Alabama. Stick around for that. Talk with Coach Braddock and the most valuable player. Just a few moments. As a fake there is Kennedy Holland looking left side, avoiding a lot of tackles as he usually does. Finally brought down as the winds down with about 30 seconds left. And leave one more play here. 27 right side. The catch is made. Touchdown. Reception there by Daryl Mack. And 6 points on the board for the Evangel Lions. Make it a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, but just a tad bit too late for that. And you see how that offensive play was well executed. Could have been something that happened in the first half.
2-point conversion attempt here. As Holland gets short of the goal line trying to push the pile, but he does. He gets past. 2-point conversion is good, 34-24. See an onside kick attempt upcoming, but again, down by 10 points, 2-possession game. If they had made a two-point conversion earlier, at least one of them, would have been a now wait a minute situation.
And a big wait a minute situation, because then the crowd would have been silent, and Russell would have been a little bit on their feet, just a little bit more.
Been fun here from Cottondale, Alabama, just outside of Tuscaloosa. And about a 3-hour drive home. I'm sure our producer, Audrey Green, will want some Waffle House after this. The rest of us will want some Waffle House.
I'd say not just her, me too.
Sure, James will just be ready to get out of the cold. Operating the field cam tonight, our fearless leader. As we take the drive home and get prepared for the mega cast tomorrow, the extreme cast, as we'll coin it. Should be fun.
Absolutely. Going to watch a great game. Lancaster against Grace Baptist.
Yeah, that state championship, a lot of people thinking Grace Baptist will win it immediately. I think Grace will have an interesting attempt there as the ball is muffed and covered back by Josh Hughes. 20 seconds left. Just one victory formation ought to do it. And for all the state championships that Coach Braddock has won, this one kept everyone a little bit on their toes. A little bit of concern, but at least for today, Coach Braddock will be a state champion once again, along with the rest of his seniors. Be state champions here in Cottondale, Alabama. And victory formation, the Warriors of Russell Christian are state champions once again. We're headed down to the field for the prize presentations for the CFA. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few moments as they're on dunk alert, I believe, for Coach Braddock. There it is, the state champion, Coach Braddock. We'll be back in a few moments for the prize presentation. Don't go away.
When your workout ends, ours begins. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power. 26 grams of high-quality, complete protein.
Hey, Russell Christian, I think the trip was worth it to come out here from Mississippi. What say you? Well, we got some hardware to hand out. We start out first with awards for the CFA. We start out with the All-League Offense. We start out with lineman from Russell Christian, number 66, Barrett Harwell. Next, the offensive lineman from Tuscaloosa Christian, number 65, Jake Shelby. And from Faith Temple, Jacksonville, number 55, Brody Clay. Russell Christian, number 10, Micah Taylor. The place kicker from Tuscaloosa Christian, number 50, Duyun Kim. Now the running backs from Cornerstone Christian Academy, number Lucas Hale. From Russell Christian, number 2, Johnny Wilson. And from Success Limited Academy, number 4, Noel Friedman. The receivers from number 11, Jeremiah Williams. From Tabernacle Christian School, number 30, Daniel McCormick. From Victory Christian Academy, number 20, Cornerstone Christian Academy, number 1. On offense at large, number 1 from Tabernacle Christian School, Clinton Chase. And now for all-league defense. From number from Victory Christian, Matthew Moore. From Evangel Christian Academy, and from Faith Temple, Jacksonville, number 66, Jackson Dodson. And now the linebackers. Number 26 from Tabernacle Christian School, Trey Andrews. From Tuscaloosa Christian School, number 3, Jack Arsenal. And from Russell Christian School, number 1, John Benny Jones. And now for defensive backs, from Tuscaloosa Christian, number 1, Jared Walters. From Victory Christian Academy, number 5, Cameron Henley. And from Evangel Christian, number 10, Tobias McLemore. The punter from Cornerstone Christian, number 21, Eli Carter. Defense at large from Cornerstone Christian, number 21, Eli Carter. And from New Life Christian Academy, number 22, Hunter Price. And now the Offensive Player of the Year for the 2021 CFA season from Russell Christian, number 10, Micah Taylor. And now for the Defensive Player of the Year, also from Russell Christian, number 1, John Benny Jones. And now the Coach of the Year for the 2021 CFA season from Tabernacle Christian, Clint Chase. And now for the runner-up trophy, congratulations to the Lions of Evangel Christian Academy for finishing second place. And now your MVP for the 2021 CFA Championship game from Russell Christian, Cameron Darden. And now, congratulations to the 2021 CFA champions, Russell Christian Academy. As they celebrate, let's get a word with Cameron Darden, your most valuable player. You guys need another picture? All right. Cameron, this game had a lot of drama heading into the second half, but for you to emerge as the most valuable player, how can you describe this moment in words?
It's unbelievable, man. This is crazy. 5 in a row. I don't know anybody else that can do it. We're the best at it.
5 straight in a row. How much more special is this one compared to all the other 5 ones?
It's just it's actually my first one. It's actually my first season playing, technically, because I've gotten hurt like the last 2 seasons.
Congratulations to you as well. Now, Coach Braddock. No, it's very difficult in high school to go undefeated, but for you to finish your season 11-0 and in the fashion that you did, how special is this one for you compared to all the other state championships?
It's awesome. It just keeps getting harder and harder to get here, though. These guys, nobody knows how hard these guys worked all summer and all fall to get here. We knew this was going to be a tough game tonight. I couldn't be more prouder of them.
And towards the end of the third quarter, Evangel started fighting back and pressuring you on defense and getting several turnovers. How did you rally this team around to get the victory here in Tuscaloosa?
I just told them they had to suck it up.
And as mentioned, it's so difficult to have such an impressive victory. This is actually your 52nd victory as a head coach. And for everybody watching, how do you reset and do it all over again in 2022?
The guys that's not going to another sport is going to hit the weight room Monday.
Congratulations, Coach. You're state champions for 2021. Right. All right, well, that is going to wrap it up here from Cottondale outside of the Tuscaloosa area here. That's going to wrap it up here from Cottondale just outside of Tuscaloosa. Again, the final score not on the scoreboard, but they got the job done. 34-24, a 10-point victory for Russell Christian. 5 straight state championships. Talk about the word dynasty. This is just another solidified moment for Russell Christian to show how dominant they are in the CFA.
Absolutely, and like Coach said, tomorrow or Monday, they're in the weight room again, and they're probably going to look forward to 6 straight champions coming next year.
And he mentioned it to us as well on the interview for Extreme Talk on Sunday. You know, it's just so difficult, especially going right around to Monday. If their players aren't in basketball, then they're maybe not in the football program because of how submerged they are. But you also have to give it tonight to the Evangel Christian defense and how they kept keeping their team in the game. Only a 10-point deficit to end this game, even though it was a last-second touchdown. But incredible stuff from Evangel. Their future does look bright.
The future looks beautiful, especially on the defensive side. But I'm sure as long as they get some guys back on offense and get a good offensive scheme and get more people implemented into the system, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get back to it, maybe even upset this team.
Tomorrow we got an extreme cast, our version of a Manning cast as the TSIAA Championship. We'll be watching that and giving our live reactions to the commentators, the camera angles they choose, the production side of it, everything, all of the above. I know James is going to be screaming tomorrow at multiple things, but what are you most excited about in this matchup between Lancaster and Grace Baptist tomorrow?
I mean, we've seen it during the season, the regular season. It was a close matchup, so I'm expecting the same. Maybe Lancaster can get this win against Grace, but we all know how Grace plays, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Especially with the healthy Deuce Bragg. You ready to go to Waffle House?
Oh,
I think James is ready as well.
Audrey's up there dancing.
Roger Green upstairs for Brendan Daniel by my side. On the other side of the camera, James Shannon, all the hardworking men and women that make A-Man Extreme so successful. I'm Spencer Tomset. 34-24, Russell Christian with their 5th straight state championship here in Cottondale, Alabama. Spencer Tomset saying so long from Alabama.